Hey, I'm Matt, and this is my padded, ultra-durable laptop sleeve that converts to a backpack. Before making this, I did not know how to sew. I watched a bunch of YouTube, made 3 prototypes, and finally landed on this design, which is just a few rectangles sewn together with straight lines. And I'll link a PDF in the description for anyone that wants exact measurements. Okay, the first thing I did was make the back panel. It's made of 2 pieces of a material that I'm told is 10 times stronger than steel. It's called Dyneema composite or Cuban fiber, which I learned about from this ultralight backpacker. I then cut 2 pieces of foam that's gonna act as our padding, and 1 6-inch piece of webbing, and then another 2 3.5-inch pieces of webbing. So I measured out where I wanted my handle to be using these cool pieces of fabric chalk I saw this guy using. I sewed the handle on upside down, then curled it back. I then flipped the end under to give it a clean look and sewed that end down too. And that's it, that's the handle. Next were the loops that I'll put the backpack straps through. If you don't think you'll ever use this as a backpack, you can skip this step. Just like the handle, I sewed one end on backwards, then flipped it in the right direction to hide the ends. The last thing I did for this piece was put some waterproof tape over the threads on the backside to keep moisture out. Once that was completed, I clipped the Dyneema pieces back to back and started sewing around the 3 sides. I'm using these clips instead of pins because I don't want to put any extra holes in my waterproof material. Shout out to this guy for teaching me that. Once it was a nice little pouch, I slid the padding in and sealed it up. The back piece is now totally done, so I started working on the front. It's made of 1 piece of Dyneema and 1 piece of stretchy Dyneema composite, but any spandexy material will work for this. I hemmed the top of the pocket using a stretchy zigzag stitch. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but I think most sewing machines should have this feature. I also don't know that because this is the only one I've ever used, but I'm sure it's fine. It's probably fine. Then I hemmed the top of the non-stretchy Dyneema piece and sewed the 2 pieces together, which created the full front piece. Now I'm sewing the front and back together, which will form our sleeve. To make sure the seams are hidden in the end, we have to do this with the bag inside out. So I'm making sure the front and back of the bag are facing each other and the bottoms are aligned. So this next move I actually made up myself, if you could believe that. I slid the top of the front piece up the back piece so that it curled around the front. This causes the padding sewn into the back to wrap around the front and cover the most vulnerable part of the laptop or tablet, which is the corners. Once it was folded to where I wanted, I clipped everything into place and sewed up both sides, then hemmed the sides and the top edge of the back piece. Okay, we've got our sleeve all sewn together and turned inside out. Now I'm gonna make the straps to turn it into a backpack. That's actually the easiest part, so you may as well do it. It adds tons of function, I love it. Shit. First, cut 3 3-inch pieces of webbing, then 1 long piece of webbing. I'm doing 100 inches for this piece, but size will vary based on your size and how loose you want these straps to be. I sewed 2 loops, each 13 inches from the center of the main strap, using the same loop technique I used for the webbing on the bag. And 1 last loop in the middle that will keep the strap in place. I'm using the same technique again, but one side of this loop has a sew-on Velcro patch that allows you to take it on and off the bag. Okay, that's the straps. Just add these little G hooks from Amazon and you have adjustable and removable backpack straps. That's it. I love this sleeve slash backpack. I use it every single day of my life. If I'm walking to work, it's a backpack. If I'm traveling, it's a sleeve that fits into other bags super nicely. And I love telling people that I made it, especially because the first few, my coworkers told me that they looked like trash bags, which, I mean, let's be honest, they weren't wrong. But now I've got a beautiful laptop sleeve and I hope you make one too. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know if you made it. Check out the PDF for the measurements down in the description. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.